Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a great chance of becoming a Game of the Year in 2025. A captivating story, entertaining gameplay, improved visuals, and official modding support make it nearly a perfect sequel. It has been 10 months since the release and we already have plenty of mods to choose from, so it is a perfect time to start modding. I have prepared a compilation of mods that introduce new features, change some of the existing ones and overall make quality of life improvements. In case I missed some of your favorite mods, tell me about them in the comments. And also leave your thoughts about mods that you liked or disliked, but make sure to stay till the end in case you're interested in some fun mods that allow you to fool around a bit. The map in KCD2 is huge, thus traveling can take a lot of time, whether on foot, on horse or even with fast travel. Sometimes it can be annoying to go back and forth across the map just to sleep in an inn. The camping mod allows us to set up a fully featured campsite whenever and wherever we desire. Camping equipment can be upgraded to higher tiers. We start with basic equipment, but can spend a few medieval dollars and buy standard tier equipment. Or we can be generous enough to spend a few hundreds and buy fancy tier equipment. Our camping gear consists of 3 pieces: a chair, a tent and a campfire. If you have a strong urge to read, you can set up a camp and read on the chair. Or if you've been caught with low energy in the middle of nowhere, you can rest on a bed. While we can use a campfire to cook food, there is room for improvements. In Vanilla Kingdom Come, all we can do is just turn meat into cooked meat. And that's boring to say the least. We have access to a wide variety of veggies, meat and other products, all of which are essentially good for nothing. Thanks to the cooking mod, we have the opportunity to cook many different meals. There are plenty of recipes to learn that allow us to cook stews, pancakes, soups, broths, and many more. These are great mods that improve our gameplay, making it more engaging and less of a hassle. Looking at all those tasty meals, I can already tell Henry feels quite hungry. But why is he never thirsty? He'll gladly drink all the wine or any other alcoholic beverage to boost his stats, although when it comes to water, it's close to useless. The Thirst Mechanics mod, as you can guess, adds a dehydration debuff for not drinking enough liquid. It reduces agility, vitality and stamina regeneration. To return everything back to normal, we simply need to drink some water. Or milk. It would be great if we could maintain our hydration level with other beverages too, but maybe in the next updates. Speaking of the crap Yindro pours into himself, let's talk about potions, or alchemy in general. This mod overhauls the whole process by rebalancing many potions, significantly enhancing several alchemy perks and making the entire process of brewing a potion far more rewarding. Additionally, it introduces practical quality of life features, such as slower food decay and the ability to wash off the night vision potion. In case you think KCD2 can benefit from more potions, this mod brings 16 more of them. These potions are actually useful in many scenarios. They can cure and prevent poisoning from food. They can also reduce handshaking, speed up the reload, or increase your carry weight. So these are highly recommended mods if you like alchemy in this game. If you want more permanent changes to your carry weight stats, you can use the Train More Carry More mod to increase the weight while keeping the natural progression intact. By default, each new level of strength grants us 12 extra carry weight points. A mod can double it, multiply it by 100, or tone it down if you want more challenge. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 can easily provide hundreds of hours of gameplay. Many of us leveled Henry to the max almost in no time. For those who play only for the story, 30 levels of skills is more than enough. However, many, myself included, like to clean sweep the map of all the quests, question marks and points of interest. Thus, the skill cap increased mod comes in super handy. With this mod we can reach a max level of 50 for all the combat and regular skills. However, don't confuse skills with stats like vitality, agility, speech and strength, which remain capped at level 30. Thankfully, this isn't the only way to improve Henry. Shortly after release, Warhorse added Barbers to the game. While the selection of styles isn't particularly impressive, we can easily expand it with mods. More Barber options adds many hairstyles and beards that you've definitely seen somewhere. It comes in 4 different colors: black, blonde, red and white. But if you think that's not enough, we can also use custom mullet hairstyles, which adds 2 mullet hairstyles. Henry with these two looks like a true womanizer. As an alternative, we can go the Nordic style route. These two mods turn Yindro into a tough-looking Viking. Hair comes in 3 different variations: the regular one, the one with shaved sides, and the one with tattoos on the sides. A big thick beard complements this look perfectly. But I think we need even more tattoos. I prepared several tattoo mods, one of which is the full body tattoos mod. Looking closely reveals a lot going on here. Many skulls, skeletons and other gothic stuff turn Henry's body into a canvas. Another mod that I prepared is the hardcore Henry tattoos. It's less busy than the previous one and it's also made in a more medieval style. The back piece is customizable with 3 different options to choose from. We can pick a Skull King tattoo, a Dragon tattoo, or we can pick the Berserk tattoo. Mod also offers face tattoos, but I prefer to play without those, as they look like they were made in prison. In case you're not interested in full body cover-ups, the tattoo salon of Bohemia offers separate sleeves and torso tattoos. Compared to the earlier designs, these have a more modern aesthetic. The mod includes 3 different tattoo styles to choose from. That work is my favorite here. It features high-quality tattoos with detailed sleeves and torso. The geometry style has a more minimalistic design, which is perfect for those who want some ink but not too much. The Viking style features sleeves that we usually find on Instagram or other social media, while torso pieces are more modest. With a look like this, it's a shame that most of the time we'll be covered in armor. Thanks to mods, we can diversify our attire as well. The Western Nobility mod brings a ton of new items. It includes armor, swords, shields, and even some goodies for your horse. All items are based on noble houses and kingdoms of the western part of Europe. To further diversify our options, these 2 mods introduce additional designs for our equipment. The gear mod brings a lot of new Waffen rocks, cuirasses, helmets, horse caparisons, and more. Some armor is decorated with gold and engravings. The Swords and Shields mod adds swords that are perfect match for our new armor, with its engravings and golden decorations. Shields and Waffen rocks are also made with cool looking designs that you can easily use as your coat of arms. To complete our Scandinavian look, we can use Skjoldpack. This mod adds a collection of Viking round shields decorated with runes and other Nordic designs. Each design comes in 5 color variations, plus a golden version. With all these new items, my inventory has turned into a mess. But to be honest, it was a mess all along. Thankfully, we have the Sorted Inventory mod, which renames items and makes it easier to categorize them. Depending on your preferences, you can use the vanilla-like sorting or use the prefix version. With everything packed and sorted, why am I unable to move? Okay, sure, I have too much stuff in my pockets, but what's the reason I'm not allowed to mount my horse? It just defeats the whole purpose of having a horse. Thanks to the Underloaded Horse mod, we can ride our horse no matter how many tons of loot we have in our pockets. The mod comes incredibly handy for those who can't live a day without robbing a store. In KCD, of course. For many of you, riding might feel too lonely or boring, and since the radio hasn't been invented yet, we have no choice but to entertain ourselves. Henry's whistle is not only music to my ears, but also a mod that makes him whistle whenever he rides his horse. It adds a great touch of atmosphere and really lifts the mood of our rides. They can also be brightened by our loyal companion, Mutt.
No jo, pocem!
He can be quite annoying at times, but whenever we send him home, we end up running across the whole map just to get him back. Thanks to the Fetch My Dog mod, Mutt can spawn at any tavern that offers you a bed. Having our dog beside us makes the experience much more pleasant.
Pocem, kluku!
The next mod is incredibly useful, especially for those who feel that torches just aren't bright enough. I often found myself wandering at night without one, because it was blinding me rather than lighting up my surroundings. The Brighter Torch mod can boost torch brightness by up to 100 times. This level of customization lets you enhance your experience without breaking immersion. Or if that doesn't concern you, you can always carry the sun in your pocket. This mod can do even more. It can boost candles' brightness up to 5 times, allowing you to actually see something when brewing potions. Torches can sometimes feel out of place. Thanks to mods, we can add 2 lanterns to make Henry more civilized when he's indoors or in other places. Unfortunately, Henry doesn't have proper hand positioning, so it looks like he's still holding a torch. But hopefully it'll be fixed someday, or it will be implemented in a new mod. Another useful mod is Easy to See Herbs, the sequel. It makes collecting herbs a much easier task. Plants like belladonna, mint and others are now more saturated, making them easier to spot. You'll suddenly find herbs everywhere. Not because the mod increased their spawn rate, but because they were always there. You just couldn't see them before. Interestingly, the mod also makes the grass more vibrant. I'm not sure whether it's a bug or a feature, but it's not a big deal. This mod is from the same category, and it improves arrows' visibility to make them easier to distinguish. If you're as cheap as I am, you probably collect every single arrow after it's been shot, and you know how easy it is to lose an arrow. So there's no point for me to explain how valuable this mod is. Sometimes I have a strong desire to use my bow as a sniper rifle, but it's very difficult to do. The Arrows Less drop-down mod, as you might have already guessed, allows arrows to fly further. Thanks to this mod, we can engage in combat at a much greater distance, sticking with a bow and not needing to pull out our sword. But make sure to shoot the right guys, so you won't ruin your reputation. And in case your reputation gets worse, it would be useful to know exactly what you did. The Instant Reputation Notifications mod shows descriptions and values whenever your reputation changes. Another hidden stat we've been playing blind with is the dice odds. With the Luck Laid Bear mod, we can finally distinguish one die from another. So, building a reliable set is no longer a guessing game. This mod just creates a perfect opportunity for me to start my gambling career in KCD2.
Peníze jdou za mnou.
The first-person dialogues mod literally changes the perspective of some parts in the game. Dialogues no longer pull the camera to the side, keeping you immersed in first person. It also bundles together other first-person mods, letting you cook, pick herbs, or skin animals without ever leaving your own eyes. Those animations aren't made for first-person perspective, so they might look a bit choppy and raw, but it's not critical. Visual mods are a more subjective thing, so there won't be many in this video, but one of the mods I would definitely suggest is Enhanced Global Illumination and Lighting. It can partially replace ray tracing when it comes to dark corners, because in-game global illumination is too weak. It doesn't reflect light the way it should, but thanks to the mod we can at least light up areas that are too dark. The biggest plus of this mod is that we can toggle it on and off with the keybind, without closing the game. Also, it has 3 presets, which we can cycle between. But if you seek more noticeable visual changes, I highly recommend Nobility. It was created by the same author who made Nova City, Cream Water and many other mods, some of which I mentioned in my video about cyberpunk graphics mods. Nobility makes the colors more vibrant, offering a completely fresh visual experience. And as I promised, the next 3 mods aren't suitable for the first playthrough. Total Subjugation removes restrictions that I never thought I'd want to be removed, but I'm actually enjoying it. The mod allows you to knock out and rob NPCs who are important to the story. You can do pretty much whatever you want with them, though you still can't kill them. That limitation exists to prevent breaking the game. If you like someone's outfit, you can simply borrow it. The only thing this mod is missing is the ability to make those NPCs change their clothes. I tried dropping items in front of them, but they wouldn't pick them up. I even placed armor directly into their inventory, but they still refused to equip it. I'm not sure if it's possible to make them behave like regular NPCs in that regard, but I would appreciate that. A great addition to this chaos would be the Ragdoll All NPCs mod. It enables full-body ragdoll physics on each collision with every NPC in the game. The faster we run into them, the harder they fall. Sometimes it can lead to bizarre situations. Unfortunately, we can't activate ragdoll physics with our weapons, so this mod doesn't impact combat. Although it would be so much fun to hit an NPC with an arrow or a bullet and launch them into the unknown. I know Halloween is already over, but I think this mod will remain relevant forever. For Skeleton mod, the name really says it all. It turns everyone into skeletons, and no one is safe, not even mud or pebbles. This mod is so good that it deserves a separate playthrough. You can call me a skeleton racist, but all these skeletons look exactly the same. which makes it surprisingly fun to play with. You might be wondering about the compatibility of all these mods, but don't worry, they are all compatible with each other. Obviously, you can't use all the tattoo mods at once, you need to choose only one. But other than that, you can install any mod in any order without issues. Just don't forget to back up your save files from time to time. So, if you watched till this part, leave a hedgehog emoji in the comments. You can also support the channel at Ko-fi. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time!